was up, it was down, it was here, it was there, it was everywhere. 16th ranked Syracuse football's battle with 5th ranked Clemson this past weekend was a roller coaster. Welcome to NCC Sports. I'm John Eads. What college did Jordan Mailata just say? It's not one I've heard of, probably not one you've heard of as well, and that's because it's not a college at all. Jordan Mailata never attended college. Let's head to the Diamond now because it's October. The leaves have changed, and it's time for some playoff baseball. He's so good you might think he was a first-round pick at one point. He was not. This card was never read. This podium, he never walked to, but eventually he was picked up by the Philadelphia Eagles in the 7th round back in 2018. All right, let's make it a little bit harder then. Who won the Super Bowl before that? I'll give you a hint. It involved the Patriots as well.
Patriots, Giants, the Tyree catch, perfect season game.
And the MVP of that Super Bowl?
Eli.
But also perhaps maybe the athlete evolution. Players are getting faster and stronger. So I took it upon myself to pinpoint. I asked Coach Boeheim, why can't you guys close out these close games against good teams? The loss to Miami 8 days ago by 4 points. The same thing happened again here tonight. He did not like that. Hi everybody, John Eads back with you here at the NFL Fan Experience, and I guess I'm a chief for the day. Ian, I know the Syracuse football team, the soccer programs, heck, even the field hockey team stealing the headlines right now, but don't you dare forget about SU women's hockey. Now, there's been 2 prior Super Bowls here in State Farm Stadium. Super Bowl 42, won by the NFC Giants, and Super Bowl 49, won by the AFC Patriots. So one for each side. Who will make the tiebreaker? We'll find out on Sunday. That's right, he started playing safety in high school. Then his coach, Ted Ginn Sr., told him to put his hand in the dirt and start playing defensive end. So it's sour milk and bitter cookies this year for Syracuse on Christmas. The Orange's 5-game win streak snapped by Pittsburgh. Then in the first half, Brown got off the bench, entered the floor, and proceeded to play 32 minutes in that game. He made a lot of dashes to the rack, and I can't dunk, but Malik Brown certainly can. So Davis thinks it's all about speed, but some of his other NFL compadres think that power is still very important in today's day and age of professional football. Well, it's pretty quiet and lifeless here at Acrisure Stadium. All you might be able to hear are a couple of leaf blowers, and that's a microcosm of what Syracuse's offense did today in a 19-9 loss to Pittsburgh on the road. When it comes to any father and son coaching duo, the million-dollar question is, when you come out of the gate and off the practice field, how do they manage the relationship? Well, Kevin and Coach Sheehan say it's not that hard to manage. It's the first matchup between 2 ranked football teams in the Dome since 2001. Now, for reference, that was the year I was born.
What's the excitement level around the corner tonight?
Very excited. I think this is the best team that Dino Babers has had at Syracuse. The amount of players that they brought in the transfer portal, the guys they bring back from last year, 17 of 22 starters. SU appeared in a dozen bowl games from 1985 to the turn of the century. Now, things started with a loss in the Cherry Bowl back in '85. Great game, by the way. But from there, the dynamite was lit for Syracuse. All right, maybe the people of downtown Phoenix didn't know as much as maybe I thought they would. We'll say it hasn't been played here very often, so we'll cut them a little bit of slack. And most of them knew at least who was playing in the game. We had a crazy stretch here today, Ashley, where we went back to back to back to back to back with live interviews here. So many cool guests. Big reason why Syracuse is off to a perfect 5-0 start for the first time since 1987. And that year, you could take one of these to the gas station and get a gallon of gas. But throw the records out the window. So Coach Stoutland used to roam the sidelines inside the Dome. Now he's roaming the sidelines in a Super Bowl, still in a dome-like facility, but obviously on quite a bigger stage. On Sunday, he tries to coach his position unit and the Eagles to a Super Bowl championship. I think we looked like NFL players at some points today. Those throws,
Let's not go that far.
We went through those bags with bad intentions.
All right.
That's it.
Sure.
We're in the picture frame here. So long from Arizona. Thanks for tuning in.
Jordan Mailata, Jeff Stoutland University.
What college did Jordan Mailata just say? It's not one I've heard of, probably not one you've heard of as well, and that's because it's not a college at all. Jordan Mailata never attended college. Instead, he played rugby his entire life over in Australia, then traveled all the way across the globe to the United States and participated in the International Pathway Program and learned this whole game of American football. From there, he was drafted in the NFL Draft, 7th round back in 2018, and since then, he became a student, but not a student in an undergraduate institution here in the United States. Instead, it was Jeff Stoutland University. What exactly is that? I'll let Coach tell you.
I think that to play the offensive line, you want your players to be as close to that environment, that game environment as possible. So I try to create that environment over the course of the week. And then when the game gets there, they're kind of It's like we've been doing this all week. This is not a big change from a speed standpoint.
And to be picked up and coached by Stout, it's been an incredible journey, and one that's been very humbling, because Stout will not let you, this head, he will pop that balloon in a heartbeat.
Well, it seems like Mailata certainly earned his degree and maybe even was the valedictorian, because Coach Stoutland and the rest of his teammates hold him in extremely high regard.
Joe Douglas called Jordan Mailata my Mona Lisa. He said, "That's your Mona Lisa." And it didn't take long to know what he meant by that. But yeah, he's come a long, long way from playing rugby to becoming an elite left tackle in the NFL.
It's definitely crazy, especially between Landon and Jordan. So rest in peace to anybody who tries, because that's a done deal.
So Mailata traveled 8,000 miles from Australia to the United States, learned a new sport, and now he's got a chance to win a Super Bowl with Philadelphia. What's interesting is that the Australian was drafted the year after Philadelphia won its last Super Bowl, Super Bowl 52 back in 2018. Now the Eagles have a chance to win Super Bowl 57 if they can beat the Chiefs this Sunday. Reporting in downtown Phoenix, I'm John Eads, Newhouse Sports Media.